I kind of feel like a failure. I mean, here we are in June already, and my chickens are still in that hoop house back there. We did make some big changes with our chickens this year, and I just haven't really gotten caught up yet with figuring out how I'm gonna do it, but I am gonna get them moved out onto pasture today. Now don't get me wrong, these chickens do have pretty nice winter quarters here, but that's what they are, they're winter quarters. The grass is growing, they should be out on the pasture. We started out homesteading by growing some veggies in a small part of Michelle's parents' garden and putting a few chickens in a small chicken coop while we were living in a basement apartment. Once we got our own property, we grew our flock. At the most, we had around 180 laying hens. We started out selling eggs and produce at farmers markets. Then we started selling eggs through a local store and providing eggs for a local restaurant, but we got really burned out with all the work that we were doing. And in the last couple years, we decided to focus more on growing food just for our family instead of trying to grow a whole bunch of stuff to be able to sell. We sold almost all of the chickens, and it was really hard to do that. Because we're more than farmers. I definitely do feel like it was the right thing to do to get rid of those chickens. But with totally changing up our chicken flow and all the other things that's been keeping us busy, it's just taken me a while to figure out how I want to keep 20 chickens instead of like the 100 that we had before. We had been keeping our bigger flock inside of 2 of these electric nets put together, and that was the kind of space that they needed, but with only 20 chickens, they don't need that much space. I had considered building a chicken tractor like we use for our broilers, but I didn't like the idea of needing to move something every single day. Man, this thing again. See, I want something that Izzy can take care of pretty much by himself, and a chicken tractor big enough for 20 hens to move around with next boxes in it and stuff is just gonna be too big for him to move himself. The thing is about having them in a net like this is it keeps most of the predators out, but last year we had problems with hawks, and I am scared about that for these chickens this year, but I decided this is what I'm going to try for now, and I'm going to try to do it just a little bit different than before. The ground is so hard right now because we have not gotten rain in a long time. This here is our broiler pen, what we put our broiler chicks in to raise for meat. And the chicks we have are just about ready to be moved into there, but not quite yet. They're not quite old enough. This here is Izzy's chicken tractor that he used to raise his chickens to sell eggs. He would raise Easter egger chickens, and then he would sell those green eggs that they lay along with the eggs that I sold at the store. But since we stopped selling at the store, he stopped with his chickens as well. Because we don't really have a very good market just like here, like a sign out by the road or something. We tried that and nobody came for the eggs. Now what I want to do is put this chicken tractor inside of that electric net, and then I'll just leave the door open during the day so the chickens can get in and out and use the nest boxes and have some shade in there, but then they'll get closed up for the night so that no predators can get them for sure. And I'm just hoping that with a smaller net, a smaller area, and a smaller flock of chickens, and keeping it in the pasture as close to the house as possible will keep the hawks from getting them. But I don't know. If it happens that we have hawk problems again, I'll probably have to rethink about maybe making a bigger chicken tractor for them, but I just really don't have time to make one right now, and I don't want another one sitting around. Hey girls, just bringing a chicken tractor up here. How do I get out of here? So this is a little bit difficult for Izzy to move like long distances or in the tall grass or whatever, and he's not going to be able to move the net himself, but he will be able to move this like maybe every couple days or so. It's going to need to be moved just to a different part of this paddock so that they don't get the ground bare inside of that chicken tractor, and he'll be able to do that himself very easily. And then I'll just have to help him maybe like once every couple weeks or so to move the whole thing to a new spot. This right here is their mobile feeder. Can hang their feed and their water in there, and the roof keeps the rain off of it so the feed doesn't get wet. Once this is in there, this and the chicken tractor will be their shade. But I'm thinking that this and the chicken tractor is probably not gonna be enough shade for them, so I do wanna build some kind of other shade structure to put in there sometime. I probably won't get that done today. I designed Izzy's chicken tractor myself, and it's pretty neat. It's got some pretty cool stuff about it, and I want to show it to you. But first, I want to get their food and water and get the chickens out there. And we got to do it quick because we are going somewhere tonight. We are going out to celebrate hitting 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We are super excited about that, and we appreciate every one of you that's part of this community. And to show our appreciation, we wanted to give away a couple books. We're gonna do one drawing for the garden book here. This is called the Year-Round Vegetable Gardener. It is Michelle's favorite gardening book. And one drawing for the Keeping a Family Cow book. It is my favorite cow book. So all you gotta do to be entered to win is to drop us a comment below, say something nice to us, and then in that comment, mention something about which book you would like. Just put something like garden book or cow book, and you'll be entered to win. And you can have a second entry in there if you head on over to our Instagram page and leave a comment on the post that Michelle makes about this giveaway over there too. There'll be a link for our Instagram page in the description below. The comments that will be eligible for the giveaway will be the ones within the first 3 days after this video has been posted. This video should be posted at noon on the 18th of June, so noon on the 21st is the cutoff to be entered into the giveaway. Let's go get some chickens. I said at the beginning of this video that I was kind of feeling like a failure, and in one sense I do, but I also know that it's okay. The chickens were happy and healthy over there in that hoop house, even though they weren't out on the pasture maybe as soon as they could be or should be. But the thing is about homesteading is it's just as much an art as it is a science. Ah, man. There's a lot of things to know, a lot of things to learn, a lot of things that do require precision, but in a lot of ways, there's a lot of give and take. And not everything has to be done perfectly. And I just want to give that as an encouragement to some of you who might be feeling like you're not getting enough done, like you're not doing things right. You're starting out and it's really tough, it's really hard. And I know how that feels because I've been there, and I still am there sometimes, but it's okay. You got this. I wanted to make it really simple for anybody to build. It's very, very lightweight. Easy to move. You saw how I moved it earlier. Back here where the wheels are, they're on this lever thing so that the whole thing can be moved down so it's all touching the ground so that predators can't get in. And to get it up on its wheels to move it, all you gotta do is push this thing down and flip a lever over, and that holds the wheels up. To start off with, I had a rope up here that I put around my waist to pull it, but Izzy couldn't do that very well. So I took this dolly here and put a hook on it and put a hook on there to be able to just hook on there and be able to pull it, and that works really well. It's 6 foot by 9 foot, which is like just a perfect size for about a dozen chickens or so. We're gonna prop this door open for them to get inside to lay their eggs. In there is a little bit of perch space, not just a whole lot. It's not gonna be enough for 20 chickens, so I might need to put some more perches in here. And then I put some hooks in here to hang their feed and water, but in this situation, we're putting their feed and water outside, so we won't be using that. Then back there is their nest boxes, but let me take you around back and show you those things. I made it so you could access the nest boxes from the outside, so you wouldn't have to walk in there all the way to the end of this to gather the eggs, and that makes it really simple for the kids to gather the eggs. I want as much as possible to make things on our homestead super efficient and super easy for as many people as possible to do, especially the children. I want them to learn responsibility, and I want them to do as many of the things they can around here. So the front is chicken wire, but I also wanted to be able to vent out the top, so there's a little hole with chicken wire back here. And then this is not completely capped off. There's a gap up there so that the hot air can get out of the top of that too. The video that just popped up is the one where I built Izzy's chicken pen. Click to watch that one next so that you can see how to build one yourself, and also to see why I did some of the things the way I did them.